Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
What's up, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Race to 100. I'm Neil Batang.
I am Rich Thorcell, and we are on episode number 34.
34.
We have some sad news to talk about today.
Unfortunately, we've lost a good one, a great one, the greatest of all time, Mr. Muhammad Ali, who passed away recently at the age of 74 years old.
The man who floated like a butterfly.
Don't say that.
and staying.
And staying. This guy's a rider,
y'all,
by the way.
Like a little bee.
Oh my goodness, this guy. So ever since our little bee episode, Rick's been trying to perfect his little bee
Which
accent.
you can catch down right here. We're gonna put a little link right there.
But
so, anyway.
It wouldn't be Race to 100 if we didn't talk about or pay homage to a guy who nearly sacrificed his life
historical figure
to defend his race.
I absolutely think that the history books are going to remember him.
I mean, it's crazy. It just you don't see it happening. I mean, someone like Muhammad Ali, man. I mean,
so I didn't know too much. I've never watched boxing. I don't really know anything about Cassius Clay, as his name was before he changed it to Muhammad Ali. But what made this guy such a
polarizing figure?
What made him such a figure?
Dude, you don't even know where to start. Like, okay, so he was like a really good boxer, right? He was a winner. He's an Olympic gold medalist, just a very accomplished dude, right? But the guy made it cool to trash talk. Like, he brought trash talking to professional sports, to sports. Like, people would trash talk. Because he was so cool, like, just that bravado, and he was eloquent, he was smart, he was witty, he was clever. He knew how to poke fun of his competition.
Now, was this fellow black guys or black and white?
Anybody fought. He fought black guys.
Russians.
He fought black guys. He fought white guys. He fought European guys. It didn't matter. If he was fighting you, you felt his wrath. So that was the first thing. He was a charismatic fighter that made trash talking cool. That's like the first part about it, right? Mm. But then he was an activist as well. He fought for the Black American here in the United States of America. He spoke to universities everywhere. He was a major part of the civil rights movement, and he was a member of the Nation of Islam. This was a good friend to Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
So he also made things that did things that angered a lot of people, like avoiding the draft when the Vietnam War was going on.
Yes,
people
sir.
criticized him for that.
Yeah.
You had told me before this that he wasn't able to box for 2 years after.
2 to 3 years because
after.
He was able to beat the case, to beat the charges for draft dodging. I'm not sure exactly what the official legal term is of it, but he was able to avoid that charge, but he wasn't allowed to box for 3 years. So that took away from his livelihood. So during that time, how is he going to feed his family? And he was speaking around the country. He spoke at Harvard. He spoke at Columbia. He spoke at your Ivy League schools. And he was able to address the audiences and let them know basically what the black man was dealing with during a very difficult time. And he was able to articulate that well in a way that Ivy League students could comprehend.
Now, did that have an impact on the rest of the country as a whole, or was this something that was sort of, for the higher intellectual white people in the country?
Oh, I mean, it definitely had something on the country as a whole, because he was an entertainer, he was a boxer, but he also had a serious message behind everything that he was doing. He was letting people know that, hey, I'm not just some boxer. My responsibilities are greater than that of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He didn't have to. He was a rich guy. He did not have to do any of that. But he was fulfilling his destiny or purpose as an African American man in a powerful place to take care of those around him.
And that's probably why he has the nickname the greatest.
It's admirable, man. It's admirable because again, like I said, he didn't have to do it, but again, it was happening during a time where pretty much like.
A lot of turmoil, a lot of racial tensions.
Something needs to be done. Like we need some power. We need some backing from the elites, and who better to help us do this than the one and only Muhammad Ali? Man, it's crazy. He's gone. So you never watched any of his?
I never watched any of his
fights
or anything like that. Yeah. No, man. I know the legacy that he left, but I more than anything else, the political impact that he had on the rest of the country is something that, because everyone who studies political science knows that he avoided the draft.
Yeah,
like that's one of those things that is.
You don't have to follow. You don't have to follow boxing to know that Muhammad Ali.
He transcended sports, transcended politics, transcended culture, society, and he will be missed. I think that he was such an influential voice, and it's really sad to see him succumb to these brain injuries that so many years of boxing ended up having on him. It's one of those things. I wish that we could talk a little bit more about the impact that a sport like boxing has on the human
skull,
body,
brain,
our durability. We've talked a little bit about boxing before, but it takes its toll, and you sacrifice quite a bit to be the greatest.
Yeah. So I guess that's all we have today for you guys, folks. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know the impact someone like Muhammad Ali had on your life, no matter how long you've been on this earth. I'm sure he's been able to touch you touch your life actually in some way, shape, or form. So again, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Race to 100.
And we will catch you next time. Peace.